Hello, Ron Paul world. This is Dustin Reed here, aka Dr. Jones, sitting in very, very sunny Iowa at the Best Western. Just got in town from New York, I guess early this morning. Drove from Chicago, actually. And on my way here to Iowa from Chicago on the drive, I was listening to some late night radio. There's a show on a Fox News affiliate here in Iowa called Caldera Show or something like that. And this guy named Doug Collette was guest hosting, actually. And they were talking about the Republican field. And a guy called in and talking about how he liked Ron Paul. And the host just kind of was like, yeah, Ron Paul's cool, but he's just not electable, I'm afraid. And we need to be focused on people who are electable, like Mitt Romney. And so, of course, I couldn't sit idly by. And I called in and luckily got on the show and covertly snuck in there Ron Paul's electable credentials. And, I played nice. I probably said I gave a little bit more love for some of the other Republican candidates than I probably would normally. But, we got to present Ron Paul to mainstream Republicans. And maybe this call will help you maybe do the same or inspire you to do the same. So, without further ado.
All right, there's Mitt Romney talking to Sean Hannity earlier tonight on his TV program, Fox News Channel. So let's go to Dustin here, who who wants anybody but Mitt Romney. Dustin, you're next. News Radio 850 KOA.
Thank you, Doug.
See, I set you up perfectly, right? I mean, it was almost like you and I are on the team here.
Well, I know that Mitt Romney is polling better than any of the other Republican candidates currently against Obama. But I just, I hate to see that all this work that the Republican Party's been trying to build to regain confidence, it just to be thrown away again. We don't need another Bush term of reckless spending and increasing the size of government. And, I love Bachmann. I like Herman Cain. I'm eager to hear what Perry's got to say. But surprisingly, at least the last few polls I've seen of hypothetical head-to-head matchups, Ron Paul was actually second behind Mitt Romney. So I think he's as electable as, any of the other candidates.
Maybe he is. I think he's going to do very well in Iowa. Especially with the straw poll, he usually does do fairly well. Here's the thing. What is exactly because like you mentioned, Mitt Romney seems to be polling well, yet when I bring his name up on various shows, people start attacking me about even any idea of, it's so horrible that Mitt Romney would be at the top of the ticket. What is it? We just don't believe he's a true conservative? Is that it? The Romney care? What exactly is holding us back here? Is that he's a Mormon? What is it?
No, not so much the Mormon, but Romney care is certainly one of them. I also read an article from a Boston newspaper that highlighted several chapters of his book, No Apology, that he had actually changed to fit a more Tea Party rhetoric. I know he supported TARP initially. I've seen him. He was pro-abortion, back in the 90s when he was running for governor.
Well, he has changed some views. I mean, I'm with you on that. I would say that's better late than never, right?
Well, you could say that, but
Ronald Reagan signed one of the most, we talking about abortion, one of the most, radical abortion bills at one time when he was governor of California, and he later recanted on that and said he made the biggest mistake of his life. I don't know where it is in the political realm that we allow guys to change their minds, that we don't call them flip-floppers.
Right.
I really don't know where that is, but I mean, he may be trying to become more acceptable to some of us who otherwise would have problems with him being at the top of the ticket.
Well, I have to say I just feel more comfortable with somebody who, has stuck to their guns and has always been who they are. And I see that in Michelle Bachmann. I see that in Ron Paul. I'm not so sure I see that in Mitt Romney.
Dustin, I would probably agree with you 100% there. I can't think of anything I wouldn't agree. I would rather have someone who's always been with the cause. But if he's at the top of the ticket when all is said and done and he gets the Republican nomination and he goes up against Obama, where are you?
I mean, I can't. I definitely am not casting a vote for Obama. Don't get me wrong there.
Well, I mean, I think that's where we are. So that's why I say I'm taking the approach of Ronald Reagan's 11th commandment and stay out of the, carping and and criticizing various members of the Republican group here. And let's just wait and see who shakes out to be the top person. I like Michelle Bachmann. I like a lot of what Ron Paul said. As I mentioned, Herman Cain makes some interesting comments to me. I think Newt Gingrich has always been an interesting person, but I understand he might not be the guy that could get elected nationwide. I'm not as well-versed about Governor Pawlenty and his particular views. Rick Santorum, I don't look as a person, as a person who could win, but maybe he could. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be in the listening mode, and Rick Perry, same thing. I'm going to be wanting to hear what he has to say.
Certainly. Well, it should be exciting, and we'll know a lot more after Saturday, I suppose.
I think so. Hey, thanks for the call.
Thank you, Doug.